If Dundalk beat Rapid Vienna tomorrow night, will they have a chance of reaching the knockout stages of the Europa League? Probably not, but let's find out. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to LOI TV. Today we're going to be doing a preview ahead of Dundalk's fourth game in the Europa League Group Stage B against Rapid Vienna. Looking quickly at the form from both sides coming into this in the groups. Obviously, both sides actually lost their opening two games against Molde and Arsenal, and then Rapid Vienna did get the better of Dundalk 4-3 at home. Bit of a disappointing game for Dundalk that you feel they definitely could have got something from that game. Vienna are currently third in the Austrian league, same position of course as that Dundalk finished in the LOI, which is interesting. And Dundalk of course are on the back of a superb win away at Bohemians in the FAI Cup. 4-1 win, which is very convincing and a very good result as well. That will give them confidence coming into this one. I mean, Bohemians of course had a fantastic season themselves, so Dundalk can definitely take a lot of positives from beating them well. They beat them really well. Looking back at the game between Rapid Vienna and Dundalk, which is probably the best thing we have to go on in terms of this game, it was a weird one. You never really see Irish clubs or even the national team going away in Europe and scoring 3 goals, and if they do, you'd like to think they get a result from it. So it was disappointing for them to concede 4 goals. You'd imagine that Dundalk would have gone there, and you always see with Irish clubs in the national side, as I said, kind of being tight and tough to score against and stuff. So just to concede 4 is disappointing, especially with the manner that they conceded them. It seemed like it was a lot of kind of individual errors that led to goals, which is disappointing. You've seen that kind of previously in the other Europa League group games as well. Dundalk, a big factor for them is that the fact that they did have to play a lot of games in a short amount of space. They had a nice break before the Bohemians game, so they should be refreshed ahead of the visit of Rapid Vienna. Dundalk's starting lineup, I don't think they should differ too much from how they set up against Bohs. I believe they did play with a 5 at the back formation against Bohemians. We're obviously going to see Gary Rogers in goal, a back 5 of Sean Gannon at right wing back. The centre backs will consist of, I think Sean Hoare was suspended against Bohs, so he'll come back into the mix to compete with the likes of Boyle, Gartland and Cleary. So it's kind of take your pick 3 of the 4 of them. Then Cameron Dummigan will play left wing back, I imagine. Darley, he did get his kind of breakthrough into the first team and stayed there for a good while, but it seems like that Filippo Giovignoli is starting to prefer Cameron Dummigan over him, which is interesting, and I don't think he'll change that. I think Dummigan will start at left wing back. I'm not sure if Leahy has an injury or something like that, because I don't think he was even on the bench against Bohs, so I think Dummigan will play at left wing back. Moving into the midfield, I think you'll see a 2 of Chris Shields and Greg Sloggis, 2 very good players, and then in front of them it's kind of like a 3, it's kind of a 5-4-1, 5-2-3 when going forward. Of course we're going to see Michael Duffy on the left hand side. A lot of rumours about him at the moment, apparently going to, I think his contract is up, so he's going to be talks to him going to Derry, talks to him going abroad potentially, so it will be interesting to see what happens there. It'd be weird to see him go to Derry. I think it might be, there's a few rumours going around. I think he will end up signing back with Dundalk. That's what I think will happen anyway. On the other flank, Stefan Kolovic started against Bohemians, had a good game. I do think Sean Murray, if he's fit, potentially will come in on that right hand side. He's of course been really good in Europe for Dundalk, a real good goal threat for them. You also have the likes of Daniel Kelly competing for a place in that kind of position. A lot of rumours about him returning to Bohemians, which seems like a good fit, doesn't it? I mean, Dan Kelly can't really get a proper starting place in this Dundalk side. With Twardick leaving, potentially Danny Grant leaving Bohemians, they're going to look to be bringing in players in that position. It just seems like it all kind of fits together perfectly, and I could definitely see that one going through. Other players like Patrick McElhenney, Nathan Adua, who I've been impressed with lately, came off the bench against Bohs and did very well. Will be knocking on the door for potentially a starting spot. John Mountney as well will always be in and around the starting team as well. So the big one is up top, of course, with Pat Hoban being ruled out for the rest of the season. Huge blow, but they do of course have David Macmillan coming into the side. Obviously a good player in his own right, but losing Hoban is huge. Their main talisman up top, and that is a big blow, and potentially could be the difference between them picking up points in this group or not. I said at the start of the video, if Dundalk can win this game, is there a chance that they could potentially get second place in this group? It's so unlikely. They needed to get something against Molde. I feel that was potentially a point there for them. I think they need to get something against Vienna. If they win the game, you just don't see them beating Arsenal. I know Arsenal have their own problems at the moment and stuff like that, but you'd imagine that Arsenal should come to the Aviva and win. Going out to Molde will be difficult, so if they win this, you never say never, but It's so unlikely. It's so unlikely. Obviously, Molde are on 6 points at the moment, so they need Molde to lose their last 3 games. They should lose to Arsenal. The Vienna game, they might get something. They already beat Vienna previously, so that's the big one. And then obviously Dundalk would have to go to Norway and beat them as well. In terms of Vienna, they would need to beat Vienna tomorrow, and they would need Vienna to beat Molde and probably lose heavily to Arsenal so they could get through on goal difference. So they'd need a lot to happen, and it is quite unlikely. Because I'm going off the basis that Dundalk would lose to Arsenal. Listen, I think it's just a case of taking every game as it comes for Dundalk in this group stage, and trying to pick up points, because obviously, as it's been heavily documented, that each point is so financially rewarding for Dundalk. So I think that's the main goal, is to try and get a couple of points before the Europa League comes to an end. And of course they still have the FAI Cup to look forward to as well, and nice favourable draw, you would say, no disrespect to Athlone, but for a semi-final you can't get much better draw than that. So yeah, plenty of football for Dundalk left this season, and plenty for Dundalk fans to look forward to over the next couple of weeks. I did hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, make sure to smash the like button down below. We actually just hit 2k subscribers, so I want to thank you guys for that. Really do appreciate it. We're on the road to 5k now, so if you haven't already and you're watching the video, we do appreciate it if you could drop a subscribe. We would appreciate it if you could we would appreciate if you could subscribe down below. It is much appreciated, with the notifications on, so you never ever are going to miss. I can't speak. If you are new around here, please do subscribe down below. It is much appreciated, and hit the notification bell to never ever miss an upload. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you in a bit.